Many people don't know that the resume is an important part of their application process. Do you know that your resume has to be structured in such a way that you are using the language that the admission officers are looking for? I am sure that you've heard my story, how I said I submitted 6 applications and none of the schools rejected me. This is because I tailored my resume to reflect the languages admission officers are looking for. If this sounds like what you want to do, I would say grab your pen and your paper because it is about to be a ride. Hello besties, welcome back to my channel. If you are new here, my name is Ola and this is Catching Up with Ola, where I give you gist on things you can do or how you can move from your country to your desired destination abroad. I've spoken about countries, not just the US. I talk about other countries as well, so feel free to check through my video so that I'm sure you definitely find something helpful for you. And please do not also forget to join the family. We are currently on our way to 20k. We hope that we are able to reach 20k before the end of this year. And a way to join the family is for you to subscribe to the channel. Honestly, it also shows that you appreciate what I'm doing. Without any further ado, jump right into the video. First thing first, people, you have to research. Like, before you even open your Google documents, or maybe it's Microsoft Word you want to use, you need to research the program you are applying to. You need to find out what they are looking for in an applicant. What kind of skills or experiences are they obsessed with? So how then do you know what each school is requiring? Sometimes literally it is spelled out on the website. Read more about the program. From reading about the program, you know the skills that should be on your resume. And sometimes you do need to look at the admission requirements, because sometimes they spell out what they are looking for in the admission requirements. Seriously, the admission requirements should be your page. Another tip that you can do is that you can check out LinkedIn profile of students who are already in the program you want to apply to. Honestly, it's like low-key you are stalking them on social media. But this is not for a bad cause. This is for a good cause, because it is actually for your future. You need to make sure that you do it with care, though, because I don't want to hear that you heard the tip from this place. So do it with care. You don't want to be checking everybody's social media platform, because you never can tell who is who. See what, when you're looking at their LinkedIn, you want to see what type of internship they've had, what clubs they are in, all of those good things, and to give you an idea of what skills or what experiences they might be looking for. Now, once you've done your research, it is time to brag about yourself a little bit, but in a humble way. This is where your academic achievements comes in. You should brag about your academic achievements from the rooftop. Remember that the admission committee, remember that they don't know you, and they cannot read your mind until your mind is expressed. And how can you express your mind? By writing it out. So the first part of your resume after your personal information should be your education, which was the first part of my own resume. Although some people have personal objective, but I would say let that be up to your own discretion. But for my own resume, I did not put personal objective. I just went straight to education. Remember that it's an academic resume, so you do want to be shouting that you are educated. If you are applying for undergraduate degree, your secondary school should be on your education part. If it is just bachelor's degree, you don't need to put your secondary school, but like I said, it is up to your discretion again. For me, when I was applying for my master's degree, I kept the school I went to undergrad. I kept it at the top of the list. Then after my education, I had my work experience, and I made sure that those work experiences were relevant. If you are trying to quantify your experience, make sure you use action verbs and make sure you are bringing them to life, in the sense that when the admission committee are reading, they have an idea of what the work was like. Even though they were not there, they are able to grasp what it was like when you were doing the work. Sometimes some experience are not related, but they are relevant, because they taught you some essential life skills. Remember that we spoke about statement of purpose in the last video. That is where you need to fill in the gaps to explain yourself that although this work experience is not related, but it has taught me relevant life skills. Thing is, don't be afraid to get creative with how you frame your experiences. Even if you've never had a 9 to 5 job, you can think about projects that you've worked on independently that demonstrates your skills and your interests. For instance, if you have a business, I remember that when I spoke about my resume, when I wrote my resume, I spoke about my business. Please remember that my business was registered. And I spoke about my business because I wanted to show management skills. And yes, so you can talk about related work experience, even if it's not relevant. Even if it's not related, rather, you can talk about relevant experience that showcases your skills. Because some of these skills are what universities are always looking for. I also talked about my voluntary and community service experience. I talked about my CDS group, that NYSC CDS group. Yes, I talked about it because it was relevant to my course of study. As some of you know, I applied for education, and during my NYSC, I was part of the education CDS group, and we did some important things that I needed to highlight in the resume. And then I also talked about the certification that I possessed. I made sure that I was screaming it from the rooftop that I am a registered teacher in Nigeria. And on my statement of purpose, I explained how I wanted to move from teaching secondary school students to now being in college. Okay, so let's move on. Make sure that your resume is clean, it is readable, and it is visually appealing. You want to make sure that it is properly arranged and it is not all over the place. And for the love of God, please proofread your resume. Like a million times, actually. Proofread it, read and read and read again till you are tired. Nothing screams "I don't care" more than a resume that is full of typological and grammatical errors. You can also get someone you trust to help you proofread it, because a fresh set of eyes can catch the mistakes that you might have missed. Finally, I'm going to say, please do not rush the process. Take your time to brainstorm your experiences and craft a resume that you are truly proud of. Remember that you are amazing and you are capable of whatever it is you put your mind to. So I look forward to, your application testimonies, and I wish you good luck with your application. And I want you to always remember that you've got this. So now we've gotten to the end of the video. Please do not forget to give my video a thumbs up, share my video. Always remember that knowledge is power, and sharing it can have a profound impact on somebody's life. Also, feel free to comment down below. Talk about your experiences, and just talk about your experiences. I want to engage you. If you have any questions on the resume, please feel free to put your comments down below. And please do not forget to subscribe to the channel. That is how you can reward me for all the hard work I put into making all of these videos. And I'll see you in the next video. Bye.